This episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our supreme and master speakers, Omeji Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Alex Franco AV, Winebow Brood, Aurora White, Psyche, Asuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Nina Grimstarter, Lily Black, Bob Cece, Miktor Rapentau, Anathus Moonscar, Pamela Isley, Elrenriel Maximus, Codruth Novelist, Mira Miri, Celesto Notrell, Lazy Boy, Luke Osborne, Pandaloo Storm Arrow, Tex, Kai Lin, Arthur Law, Beridan Derard, Cypup, Spencer Christmas, Celine DeLune, Edwin, Webster Wolf, Severa, Cirque Barrakiel, Kazran, Ventos Tia, Ryark Forbear, Leighton the House, Tony, Arcadia Lunashine, Framboise Sakuro, Bergie, Fudge, Sephiel, Cafe, and Gregorium Cartus. Get early access to audio and video versions of the show, including the post-show, by supporting us at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you. Good evening, Eorsians. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 425. I'm Nikhil Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Wiston, Mela Vanadar, and Rolodes. Hello.
Hello.
Amigos.
It is October the 26th, 2024. It is the last episode of October. Can you believe that? At the end of October already.
This year's has gone by.
Yeah.
Did you make a good time of your 2024, guys?
Oh, it's the last 2024 we'll ever have.
It's the last. That's true. That's so true.
Yeah.
But 2025 is going to be wicked.
2025 will be my year for sure, guys.
Yeah, this is my year.
Wicked is
This
an
is
interesting.
this is a fluke.
Right. Wicked is an interesting word though for the next year, because that could be either good wicked or bad wicked.
That's true.
So wicked
But
it
it'll
is.
be one or the other.
Speaking of Wicked, we're going to talk about All Saints Wake today. We're going to give our review of that as well as talking about the special site, which has been updated with some more pictures, some more blurbs.
Pictures in general, it didn't have any of them.
Yeah,
There's
right.
more
Well, they have
bangers.
added the 7.1 section, I think. I think that's new. I think the whole 7.1
The
section
whole
is new.
Crossroads thing, pretty much.
Yeah.
More or less.
We'll also be reading Mogmail, speakersofedo.com/Mogmail. Send us Mogmail. Stay tuned for the post-show. We'll be answering questions from the Syndicate. And Mela, are we reading today?
Well, we still have the one that we haven't read yet.
True.
So there's
we'll
always a chance.
be making progress on our Titanic fan fiction. You don't want to miss it. James Cameron's Titanic fan fiction, mind you. We have to also issue an update because it's this annoying time of the year when clocks are being changed. We are going back 1 hour in Europe for daylight savings. That starts tonight for Europeans. This is a PSA. All Europeans, listen up. Your clocks will go back by an hour for Central European time. It's at 2 a.m. I think it's jumped, or is it 3 a.m. to 2 a.m.? I'm not entirely sure, but at around that time, you'll be gaining an hour though, so you get an hour extra of sleep.
This is for the live show only. This will already have happened for the VOD.
For the VOD viewers, obviously, welcome to daylight savings. For those that are watching live, that means Americans. So for Europeans, nothing's going to change. The show will be the normal time that you know. But for Americans, it means we will be an hour earlier than usual because we're going back an hour for one show. So next week will be 1 hour earlier because you don't, for some reason, you don't go to daylight savings until November 3rd.
No one knows. We just do it, okay?
Yeah.
Everyone just does it. We don't know anymore why.
I don't know. It's
Everyone wants to get
dumb.
rid of it, but no one agrees to do it. So
Yeah, it's really annoying. The EU was so close, but then I think COVID happened and stuff, and they're like, "We'll put that on the back burner. Can we pull it out?"
It's not the time right now.
Yeah, it's just not the time. It's just not the time. Okay, so anyways, daylight savings starting next week. So there you go. All right, that's all. Let's jump into recent events. Yes, and in an hour later, Win says, do we need to correct this immediately? An hour later. We go an
Use
hour...
an online converter to convert it.
We are not the timekeepers of the world.
Yeah.
It's your
leave it up to the
responsibility
Time
to
Lords.
figure out what time is. But we start at
We will
7
be at the
p.m.
normal
Central European time. Use a converter. All right. First, First point of the agenda, breaking news. Stop the press, everybody. There are updates to the Community Finder. The most important feature on the Lodestone. Actually, I will say, this is kind of useful, what they added. You can, I'll read the short post about it. I also thought it was cute that they have a banner pre-made that has like an updates like little thing on the bottom right. I thought that was cute. Like they're expecting there's going to be many updates to the Community Finder in the future.
Say, are you sure it's pre-made, or they had to make it specifically for this particular post?
Maybe.
It's just one of the nicest pages on their site. It's so cool.
Yeah, it is very nice, but yeah. Okay, so this is an interesting new feature. We're pleased to announce the addition of a new functionality to the Community Finder. The Lodestone feature where players can recruit and find in-game communities. I love they have to add that because most people probably don't even know what the fuck the Community Finder is. Whether you seek committed companions keen to tackle challenging raids, like-minded members to chat with, or fellow solo adventurers, this latest update allows you to recruit founding members for brand new free companies, cross-world link shells, and PvP teams. So they've added like a new way to form a free company outside of the game. So you don't have to run around and send awkward tells to people.
PvP teams? What the fuck are they for?
Yeah.
There's actually no use for them right now, Square Enix.
So you got to practice for when you go pro.
Yeah.
There's no conflict with 10 other people. Or 9.
I opened the Community Finder page. There is one PvP team that's recruiting right now.
But they're recruiting founding
That's
members,
us.
so they're doing the correct thing.
They're forming a PvP team. They all know. They probably don't even know. They don't even know how little they can do.
Well, primary language French, so...
and
it is
Mon Dieu.
They're recruiting for their PvP team 100 people.
What?
That's not right.
Wow. We are going to be the biggest PvP team in Europe.
There's no way we can lose with 100 people.
Enters the fucking training. The only content you can do. Oh, we are so good.
Still lost, huh?
We're European. We can do this.
We can do that. It's fine.
Okay. Anyways, if that's exciting for you, go rush off to the Community Finder.
It's not awful.
And form your PvP team today, or free company, or
It's
link shell.
beautiful web design, especially for a Japanese game.
Yeah.
They have like the old school web design. This is really nice.
I think most of the new features they add to the Lodestone or the website in general tend to be nicer looking.
They're generally,
Yeah.
It's the things that existed from a long time ago that you can really feel the age in the circa 2000.
Yes.
They're nostalgic.
Okay. So there you go. Community Finder. Go do that. We are no longer on there because you have to refresh it every like 2 weeks, I think. You can only be on there for 2 days at a time.
Not committed enough, apparently.
I did bring us back for like was it last month or the month before, but it's too much of a... Who checks it anyway? Like, who actually... Like,
Oh my God,
I would
do.
like to know who actually goes to the Community Finder in search of an FC, because I don't think that's ever happened.
Lonely people.
With our application, I mean.
How else do you find this is the best way to find a free company now, because otherwise it's just getting tells by random people.
But usually,
that's true.
Well, when you start the game,
Maybe
usually you
looking
just get, like, an invite. And
yeah, but
if
no
you're...
one wants to get invited to, like, one of the like 400 people ones that's just a factory for earning the company's like seals. Sometimes they want to find an actual group.
That's true.
And there's no other way. So.
One less place you have to go to Discord for. So
Yeah,
I'm all
true.
for it.
That's true. Okay, well there you go. Community Finder update. Enjoy. There's some updates to the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop RPG. The standard rulebook is now available for pre-order. Introducing the standard rulebook, a supportive guide to playing the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop role-playing game. If you ever wanted to create your own adventure from scratch or dreamed of writing quests to experience with your friends, the rulebook will contain the rules and details to help you customize and play your own unique adventure set in the world of Final Fantasy XIV. There's some pictures on the Lodestone. Go there, check it out. It's got the original like A Realm Reborn launch artwork, I think, on the front page.
That's neat.
Yeah. Oh, like on the cover, I mean. So
It's a
yeah,
chunky tome.
it's
I mean,
hardcover.
it's quite expensive.
It is quite expensive. There are 3 editions. No, sorry, there are 2 new editions with. So the starter set comes without the rule book, and then the
there's
standard
the set.
rule book. It's a little
That's
difficult.
just the book.
Yeah, the standard rule
And then
book.
there's the deluxe one, which comes with some additional.
That was like 190 euros, isn't it?
It's 160 pounds for the deluxe one, and
yeah.
55 pounds for just the book.
Yeah, so 65
$65. Includes the
Sorry,
DM stuff, as well as the player guide stuff. That's fine, I guess.
It
I assume
contains a Yorcia guide, character creation rules, playable jobs, 13 playable jobs, enhanced gameplay, original scenarios, 3 original scenarios, and that's it. That's what's in there.
I mean, it's each one provides all the information GMs will need to run them from start. Which I assume it means it has enough rules to add.
Yeah.
I would like to play this, but I don't know how we would do it.
Oh yeah, for euros, it's 190 euros. So yeah,
there's some tabletop systems online you can adapt to pretty easily.
Yeah,
that's not tabletop sim either. There's other ones.
So the full deluxe edition, which is 190, will give you all this. Okay, that's
wow. You get metal dice too,
it's hard to see.
Boards.
Yeah, you get a little pouch for your dice.
2 types of golden
this is the book.
metal dice.
If you can see it in the whiteness, but yeah, expensive though. So that's a bit of an investment if you want that full set.
That's for if you're playing in person and you got a group together for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
On a slightly related note, there's also the upcoming Magic the Gathering collaboration that's happening with Final Fantasy. They've already teased the Emmett Selk card art for it, as well as a couple of others.
Is that true?
Emmett Selk is the one that's most relevant to us. Yes, that is true. Why would I start spreading
I've recently seen that they were doing a SpongeBob collab, and I internally screamed at the loss of Magic the Gathering's integrity. But I would maybe grab a booster set for those, just because the Final Fantasy trading card game has been abandoned, and I thought the art for it was kind of dog shit.
Well, the Final Fantasy trading card game, didn't it just use renders that were already made for the game?
Yeah, I don't think that's cool. Very mishmash. But I would maybe look for a match. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Just again for the standard rulebook, there's more details on it. I'll read that. A helpful 320-page guide with all the info you need.
Was really big.
to create characters and write their background history. Create your very own adventure based on one of the 13 jobs that were available through Heavensward. Game masters can write their own scenarios using the provided lore details, such as item and gear information, while the rules can help determine what adventurers can do on their adventure. The rulebook also contains 3 preset scenarios not included in the starter set for fledgling adventurers to test their mettle. Aside from assisting with preparation, the guide is also a helpful database you can refer to for various rules and info during a game session. So there you go. This will be released on February 2025, which is the same release date as the actual tabletop RPG, I believe. Mm-hmm. So makes sense. That's it. That's the acrylic player board designed for holding character-related cards and metal coins is great for keeping track of your adventurer's information and resources. Other features include a hefty set of metal dice, a double-sided encounter map with a 16x20 grid that can be drawn on with dry eraser marker, and more. Yeah, that also is in February 2025. So there you go.
Can't wait to make a perfect square or circle arena for every time you play.
Yeah.
And then you get knocked back, and then you fall, and then you die, and then we got to restart the encounter.
Yeah.
Well, you can't die. I believe they already confirmed this. You don't die in the 14 tabletop RPG.
True.
You restart the encounter. Or you can do some Deus Ex Machina stuff. It's interesting. It was very funny seeing people get really upset about it. Like, what do you mean? This tabletop game plays differently, slightly on a game over. What do you mean?
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. If you were looking forward to the tabletop RPG, you can add on a standard rulebook if you want for 70 60 something euros. You heard what I said earlier. That's the price.
Yeah.
Check it out on the
It's
list.
some kind of money.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. It's quite a hefty price. Moving on. Hey. All Saints Wake.
Man, he is.
Yeah.
I didn't see the art for this for some reason. I don't know why. He's very MCR, man. Look at him.
Yeah. Now,
This does not convey this character's nature at all. This artwork.
No.
No.
But at
No.
least it makes sense.
No.
now.
Okay, well, let's give a review. So, spoilers for All Saints Wake. Again, it's not a lot to spoil. Let's be real.
No.
It's a pretty light one.
Yeah. It starts as usual. We talk to the pumpkin person.
Pumpkin-headed apparition.
Pumpkin-headed apparition. That's it.
I like that if you look around, you can find the old Adventurers Guild person in his usual place, even though he's not involved in the quest.
Yeah.
He's still watching.
Yep.
Yeah, he's keeping his eye out. Maybe he'll spot something.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't spot the fucking people that turned into Void Scent in the middle of Gridania, so he's clearly not got his eye out that closely.
True.
He'll get him.
So the apparition, the pumpkin-headed thing, gives us a little bit of like a recap of All Saints Wake again, like why we're celebrating it, which makes sense because new players and whatever. But then they're like, why don't you check up on, because she's bringing up the Papa Gruff is out and about with his show, and basically they're asking us to like go check on them, like
not Papa Gruff. Check on the new Void
his name.
Scent that is attending.
Yeah,
that is with
the
Phil
Arman.
Cox.
Phil
It's
Cox.
hard to forget his name.
Now I remember.
Filson.
Yeah, Filson Cox. That's how I'll
Filson
remember him.
Cox was there.
Okay, so we head over there, and they're in the middle of a show, and he's supposed
He's like the Debbie McGee to
right.
Papa Gruff's Paul Daniels or whatever the fuck.
Some
like a
illusionist, a magician. Yeah.
And their assistant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mailer has pulled out one of the most obscure examples.
Yeah, I was like, where are we going? Okay, so he's like, oh, I'm now the big transformation number, and Cock swings his wand,
Phil
Cox.
and nothing happens, and the kids
embarrassing.
are
The kids are a bit harsh, aren't they?
a bit harsh.
Everything was really good until that last bit was just shit. Let's leave.
That's just how children are, man.
Yeah.
That's so rude.
So
You have to keep. It's hard to keep a child's attention, really. You can't let them
It's
down
true.
for a second.
and they're very honest. Children are very honest.
But a few years ago, they were cowering in fear as Bahamut rained fire down from the sky. The least they can do is show some respect.
Yeah.
How quickly they forget.
Yeah. They pop out of their like forms for a second, like their fake forms, into their like real Void Sun forms for a second.
That
while
was cute.
Papa Gruff
and
gives them an
Phil
earful.
Cox, not
Yeah,
the children.
Not the children. They run away.
Yeah, they turn into an infant Nariman.
Yeah. Yeah. So Phil Cox.
Phil Cox.
You can call him Phil if you want. Just
Yeah.
Phil,
Yeah.
I think. Is
It's
fine for you.
Filson now.
No. Phil was my
Filson.
father's name.
Ah, I see. Filson.
Call me Cox.
No, Phil Cox. He's an Ariman. And he gets an earful from Papa Gruff. Papa Gruff's like, you fucking idiot. And
How will we get food?
yeah,
if you
we're gonna
fuck it up like this?
starve. And so he, I think Papa Gruff just like fucking other way. Phil Cox runs
He
away.
runs away like a little baby.
Yeah,
I like that they've continued this trend. I think ever since they started it with Zero, and then since then it's been a continuing trend in the All Saints Wake events that like, yes, Void Scent can obtain ether from just food.
Yes.
They don't need to absorb it from mortals.
no, exactly. Yeah. They want the cookies specifically.
It's
there.
very
Pumpkin cookies.
Monsters Inc. coded now.
Yeah.
It's just
A
like,
little bit,
no,
yeah.
you get the joy and happiness, not the screams of children.
Yeah.
It's like that, but they still need a physical thing.
Yeah.
Joy and happiness is not as tasty as mortal essence, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
So true.
It's like what's the vampire movie? The shitty vampire movie called?
Hotel Transylvania
No, that's not shitty.
I was thinking that. You mean
with Adam Sandler.
Twilight,
Huh?
where
Oh,
they
okay.
where they eat like animals or whatever
Yeah,
instead of.
they have animal blood.
But it's like
Yeah.
that's not good. That's like not they want humans.
I think that's a common thing in like vampire,
True Blood. I
like,
think it's like
stuff.
Even in vampire lore itself, like that's what vampires will rely on if they're not competent enough or able to
right.
get human blood.
Right. That's
Yeah.
essentially what
real life vampires.
Phil Cox and Popograph is doing. But apparently, it looks like
Phil
when they
Cox.
actually are having the pumpkin cookie, that it's a pretty nice
I think-
experience.
I
love
think
a
it's just
cookie.
like, I think it's because Voidsen in general have forgotten how to eat. Is the
Right.
impression I've gotten.
Yeah.
Because like, remember how Zero reacted when we presented her with food?
Yeah. True. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay, so he runs away. We follow him.
And find him,
Mm-hmm.
and we pep him up by telling him, basically, don't you got to go and visit the pumpkin-headed apparition or whatever. We bring him back, and then it's like, oh, don't you know you've already got a talent you can put to good use, Ahriman,
Yeah.
because you can smell out sadness.
True.
Negative emotions.
Negative emotions. Yeah.
And you know what? I'll give you an outfit that will help.
Yeah,
And
it's
power you
imbued with
up.
magic.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
that
so.
gives him
And that was the end of the
confidence.
first quest, and I was like, oh, that's barely anything.
Yeah, that's like the
Yeah.
first red flag for this quest line. It's like,
Yes.
that was quick. And then I
Yeah.
click again. It's like, oh, I'm getting the outfit next.
Yeah, so this is it.
This is it.
Yeah,
I was
what a-
fine with this being it. I was just like, oh, maybe this second part will be longer.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. So he heads out sniffing for some negative emotions. He finds.
The first thing he finds is someone that's concerned about a lost little girl, but they're
Yeah.
busy. They
Right.
have
Far too
something else
busy.
they need to do. So now they're concerned about the fact that they can't help this little girl.
Right. So we
So
can.
we take over. We're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
this neon green haired void scent will go
Yeah.
find the little girl.
So anything happen in between there? I remember this is
You
when
walk-
you just run around with him behind
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
We can ask
wa-
him a question or something. Or maybe.
You can ask
This
him
is
what
like
his
the-
real name is, and he says it's not important because we'll never meet again, which is probably untrue.
Hmm.
And then you can also walk past two Gridanians who have clearly witnessed Papagraph's
Oh yeah, they're happy
show,
women.
and they've seemingly given him a cookie.
Right. Right.
Oh, because this is a competition.
Yes, this is
we set
we
up
forgot
a
that part.
competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Papograph. Yeah.
I thought there was gonna be more to the competition part. Like, actually.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like
No.
multiple of
Yeah.
these things. It was like,
No.
No.
The competition is who gets the most food between
Yeah.
the two of them, and whoever loses has to be the slave of the other one.
Yeah.
Which is quite extreme.
Lovely.
I mean, it's not that uncommon for Voidsen.
No, that's just a classic Void Sand contract. Okay, and so how do we end up with?
He
Do we-
sniffs out the little girl.
Yeah,
at
we
which
find
point
the little
Papograph has
girl.
already found the little girl somehow.
Yeah.
And then he's not sure exactly what to do. Phil Cox says, "Don't worry, I can sniff out his mother or her mother like a bloodhound."
Yeah.
Goes and finds her, brings her back, reunite. Oh, brilliant! Let's go back
But
to
then-
the pumpkin-headed woman.
But then the mother and child walk away without giving her a cookie,
Yeah.
and he's like,
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah,
but it's
didn't
like,
win.
a good deed is its own reward, but then actually, no, it's not. They go back. He's lost. Oh, you spoke too soon. They come into the picture again, give him a cookie.
He eats
1
the cookie.
to 1. Papograph
Which
didn't
is-
get any more cookies than that one.
No.
Yeah, but the cookie itself was a pretty orgasmic experience
Yeah.
based on his reaction.
Phil
He loved that fucking cookie. And then that's when the pumpkin. So they walk off, and then the pumpkin-headed apparition tells us that there was no magic in the outfit. It was
He
all.
was,
It was all him.
it was all in his own head.
We just wanted you to
all
look like
him.
that.
Yeah.
And Finn. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
That's
At least it explains the wings on the back, the Ahriman motif. I mean, I think they look stupid, but explains it.
They kind of
That's the
ruins the
only
outfit a
thing
little
about
bit,
It ruins the
so-
outfit for sure.
It ruins the
Yeah.
outfit, but
Yeah.
that's the only thing that's Ahriman themed about it. Ahriman don't have horns.
Yeah, the horns don't
yeah.
make sense at all.
no.
Be a little emo boy. Don't add the wings. Come on.
Yeah, what
That's an
you
odd-
were so close to making like a really good outfit, and then you had to put the wings on it.
The
I can
head
but
ignore
piece
the
should have
wings,
been a
but
fringe. It should have been a fringe that goes over one eye.
I'm pretty sure that was like 5 minutes after this patch went live, there was already a mod out there to remove those wings.
Oh,
So I'm sure there are people
certainly.
out there that are that don't see the wings.
You know, Lakil, you need to change up your outfit for speakers. You should make this like dye it your usual colors. Maybe I'll just wear this one instead.
Already done
But
that.
never take a back shot of your character.
Right,
Only
I-
front.
Yeah, I can never show the back
Yeah,
of it.
never-
That's the problem.
No back
They're
shot,
very
please.
disappointing.
This outfit, like I said last week, is like 16-year-old me would be all
Oh.
over this. You
It
know,
dies so well.
it does.
as well.
Yeah,
Other than
Everyone's fucking
unfortunately
wearing
the
it
wings.
too.
yeah,
This,
Yep.
it's gonna be a staple in the glamour dresser for many.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
The
Well,
whole outfit's good though.
yeah, the outfit is
boots
very
and
good.
Trousers are good too.
Yeah.
The headpiece is a certain type of person.
the headpiece I don't care about. It's just
The
horns.
headpiece is very
gloves aren't that good.
Homestuck OC troll.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I can't. I
also-
can't unsee it.
I
I'm
also-
sorry, man.
Also found the gloves to feel like they're not part of the.
Yeah, they're
like
not
they're
very
so
good.
strange. They're like sleeves, but like they.
Like arm warmers.
Yeah. But the rest is nice. The pants
The
are
rest
really
is fine.
really cool.
The pants are good. The boots are good.
The boots are good,
chest
like
piece
those
is good
big
if you're,
fucking boots. Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey, big win. No big gender differences this time.
True.
Yeah.
True that.
Nope.
Also, okay, I don't care too much about the new trend of just giving us like out, the old whatever they had lying
mean,
around from
Floating
I saw-
pumpkin back.
The
I
float.
sort of agree.
A lot of these like
sort of agree,
floating
but I-
things.
Yeah, I sort of agree with you, but I also just like the idea that like they use. I don't mind them giving us assets that they've had that we haven't been able to use. I just wish there was a little bit more. I don't
Yeah.
like it when it's the only thing they give it to.
Yeah,
give
and
to
I
us.
I
I'd
also
have
wish
liked a
it
minion
wasn't.
or something.
Yeah, I wish it also wasn't just like big obnoxious bounds because the thing is these things were created to be outdoors in like a
Yeah.
heavily populated area where they have to be big, they have to move so you can see them, It looks different in a house. But
Indoors only as well.
yeah.
Yeah, it is indoors.
That's
only.
also
I'm
strange.
waiting until they give us that scarecrow that when you get near it, sometimes it goes. Tick, 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 tick.
Oh, is that a thing that we've
Yeah,
had in
it's a
game?
Halloween thing. It's an All Saints Wake thing. Every time
really?
I'm near it, well, because it's not constant, but when I hear it, I was like, where's that coming from?
Does it? Oh, interesting. Okay. Wait, where do you see that scarecrow?
It get placed around everywhere, but one of them was near the stage. You could go
Okay.
back and see it if you want to.
I know.
Because sometimes it'll rattle when you're during events there, and you'll hear it.
Interesting. Okay, that's something to look out for, I guess. Okay, well there you go. Let's talk about the quality of this year's All Saints Wake. Now, we have already made it clear in our tier lists that All Saints Wake is like that's the one. That's like the highest level
yeah.
usually for us.
They're usually the best one.
Yeah. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that this is probably going to be at the bottom of our list of All Saints Wake
Yeah.
quest lines.
If I'm
All
being
Saints
nice,
Wake,
it's
yeah.
it's a C.
Mm.
But the outfit is really good. I mean, I know
The outfit really carries the event.
we're
true.
not weighing rewards that much, but like it's still really good outfit.
Yeah, it is a good
I just don't
outfit.
think the story does. Just
The story is nothing.
Fairly nothing. It's
No,
Yeah.
just I don't know.
I mean,
It feels like
between
an Easter story, or even like a Little Ladies' Day story, or something. Nothing bad.
yeah.
impressive.
I agree with Rollo that it being generous is a C. I was thinking of putting it at D.
Yeah. I
it's down there.
think I have to say D
It's
as
not
well.
an E or an F because E and Fs are genuine. Like, not only do they have bad rewards, they're also just unenjoyable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you're like an E or an F, I'm like, you wasted my time.
Yeah.
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 No
I didn't
part of
feel-
this was enjoyable. I didn't get anything good. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like my time was wasted just because it was so short. But
No.
I also didn't
Yeah.
feel like I gained anything out
was
of this really
very-
It
either.
didn't feel like a Halloween event. It didn't get me in the mood.
No,
No,
like some of the other
I
ones.
mean,
it is worth-
story-wise, it doesn't feel like one.
no, it is
No.
worth noting that the haunted house is available.
Oh yeah,
as
all that's there,
always.
and you can go and turn into whoever you want to.
Yeah, yeah.
That became the standard now, though. So
Yeah,
it's,
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool, and they always add more characters to the
Yeah,
like the
which is
glamour
fun.
thing.
Yeah.
They didn't add any Dawn Trail characters though. I don't think.
No, I don't
No.
think so.
There's some there's some Endwalkers.
I went
Oh,
in
okay,
there
that's
briefly,
good.
but yeah.
That's
And
a lot
they,
of ones.
I think they added some people as well. They added like Brandyhild.
Yeah,
Wow.
Brandyhild was
But-
fun to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I mean, comparing this to last year, what was last year's All Saints?
Oh God.
It was. I think All Saints Wake last year was us convincing Papa Gruff that like it was about teaching him about how he doesn't need to scare people and he can just have food.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the start of this arc. I see, and the
Oh, and
Yeah.
it had that really nice emote too with the little.
It had the.
oh,
the
that's when
charmed
we got
emote.
the.
Yes,
the
But it
and
was
that's what-
only
that's
the
what he
charmed
was-
emote and wall mounted.
That's what he was trying to show off. To have Phil Cox do last year.
Yeah.
Last year's
Yeah.
wasn't incredible either, but it was like
It was.
decent.
Last
It was
year's was-
better.
No,
I think
it was
slightly.
better, and it also sort of it changed the direction of All Saints Wake.
Yeah,
And this
Yeah.
is continuing that, but not in a very, very exciting way.
true.
It's
I
a new
wonder
arc.
if because ever since Little Lady's Day kind of sunset the whatever the songbirds.
Songbirds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, are they like gonna kind of start rotating like different storylines and NPCs for every event now? Like, is Papa Gruff eventually gonna be kind of, put away in the drawer, and we're gonna get like a different, entirely new set and a new story for this event?
I'm assuming that's
Maybe.
what's going to happen because we have already sunset one All Saints Wake character, the dude that's the Adventurers Guild guy who's just like lurking in the background. He's no longer.
And also
the Valentine.
the former.
Yeah, so go on.
Well, no, also the former head of the Continental Circus.
That's
Of
also
course,
true.
yeah.
Yeah. We've seen the same thing in Valention's Day, although less so. But I wish we never had to see Astrid. It's time to rotate Astrid out
Oh,
forever.
get rid of Kirby. I hate her.
Well,
She
it's
should
like
be,
with
yeah.
the summer one too, or the Moonfire Fair.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had the adventure guy for a while, and they're still doing that a little bit, but there's definitely been a lot less focus on
Yeah.
him now
Yeah.
and his sister.
Yeah.
So maybe we're starting to gear up for something different.
Yeah.
This is
seems
me.
like
I'm
the
just coping.
event-
This is coping.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah.
This event feels like the most where it's a long arc, and when you talk to her, she kind of recounts it. If
Yeah.
you were a new player, you'd feel like you missed out the most with All Saints Wake, I think. Whereas the others
feel-
are a little bit less like long arc.
Yeah.
Well, I would argue that the Easter event with Aliapo is
Easter
probably the
2, yeah,
longest
Jilly
running
Aliapo.
without ever rotating out the main character. She's
Yeah,
been there
yeah.
since 1.0.
Well, the thing is,
But
I don't
there's
think
less-
they can rotate out Julia because she's the reason it exists.
Yeah.
But it's for her, it's the same kind of plot each year, so I think you can join in. But this was like the lead up to the Night of Devilry and all that lore and the Continental Circus, and then reforming the Void Sent who were there, and it's like a
That's
whole
true.
plot line.
Yeah. The only
Disappointing anyway.
So the next upcoming one, which we also have a pretty high bar for, is
All,
Starlight.
Starlight, yeah.
hopefully
Christmas
we'll get a
has
better
got to
one.
be good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why have we not seen the return of that singing, like rhythm mini game? The choir
Oh, the
one.
Christmas one.
Yeah, that one was.
Yeah, that one was fun.
We got it like
I-
twice, and I was like, "Oh, this is a new system. They're going to use
I
the
think it
hell
was
out
like
of
3
this."
times. Wasn't
Was it 3 maybe?
They used it 2 seasonal events, and that was part of the Ishgard restoration. And
And
I think they used it, the mechanics of it, in part of Tataru's Grand Endeavor. As
Oh yeah,
well.
true.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. I hope one day they do it again, but they make it like a real rhythm game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just too like hit at the tempo on the beat, beep,
Yeah,
beep,
yeah.
like a little bit more. You don't have to put the normal mode. You can make like a crazy hard, just it'd be fun. I like
Just-
rhythm games.
do
Come on.
you think the spaghetti though? Do you think it's
Sometimes
possible?
they do
See,
really
that's the
good stuff,
issue,
like
yeah.
the
I think you could.
Spriggan,
Yeah.
like block breaking one.
That's true.
Yeah. You can
It
put it
is
like a
possible.
minigame mode.
Yeah.
The Spriggan block breaking one was for the 10-year anniversary of A Realm Reborn, though, so that's why they put out all the
I
stops for that.
suppose so, yeah.
If they were
But, you know,
somehow-
sometimes they make good shit.
If they were somehow able to make the inputs like when you load into the minigame, it's all client side, only like the
Oh, that
results
would be
are
good.
sent server side. That would have been a possible way to make it more
If there's
accurate.
no
I think.
reward, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also just like it's a
It's just for
minigame,
fun.
you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of the other minigames are at least somewhat client side or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see. We obviously Starlight is not until December, but
No, one of the most boring events.
Whoa.
And then we get another boring event, New Year's. or
No,
Rebel.
New Year's
We
is
were
boring.
saying Starlight's good.
Also,
Starlight is usually
we were saying
good.
we like Starlight.
Rollo.
You guys like Starlight. I'm not a big
Starlight
Starlight
usually
is
has the longest, more like filled out storylines, which
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Bah humbug.
Oh,
Starlight
alright.
is our Starlight's
joking.
our
I just-
second highest event in terms of ratings on average.
yeah, it was
if I
All
remember
Saints and then
correctly.
Starlight on second.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. That's All Saints Wake. Hopefully, we'll get a better one next year. I will say this is a troubling trend. It's just not to be, you know that guy, but the last
It
few
feels like,
events
yeah.
we've had have been
I agree.
meager.
Yeah, I agree. Too.
In
Yeah. Do you
terms
want
of
to
content.
Do you want to continue the storyline with Papa Gruff?
No, to be honest with you. I
That's
preferred
fair.
the older storylines. I
I-
felt like it was a bit more spooky and Halloweeny.
Yeah, I kind of felt like Papa Gruff's story sort of came to a conclusion like maybe
Yeah.
last year or the year before, and I don't know
Well,
why.
that's why he's a secondary character in this.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy
Not really.
now. I mean, you
I
can
want
still
there
do
to be a
stuff with it,
threat.
but-
It's supposed to be the Night of Devil. It's all
They
Saints
can't
Wake where
make
the
it a
spooky
threat
stuff
anymore.
out.
I don't think they can because
No, they
they've
can't,
changed the
that's the trouble.
direction of it, and also because of how the story treats Voidsent now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I feel like they've shot themselves in the foot a little bit.
I have to say, like we gave a lot of slack to the seasonal quest last year because they're working on Dawn Trail, but now we're in the normal content cycle. So this is supposed
They're working
to be
on
the
Dawn
peak.
Trail, dude.
Yeah, they're working on patches now. Oh, I see. They've never done that before.
I mean, I always felt like events in 14 is like it's some of the weakest out there of any like live service game in general.
They
are-
don't have the longevity of most of this. They're not. You're not grinding for anything. The rewards aren't like that great or difficult to get. You just go in, do a quest, and get rewarded.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I don't think Lakil and I, or at least me, I feel like Lakil has said this, that like we don't enjoy the events where we have to grind out something over and over again to get all the stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's just that's how they are.
It depends.
It depends on the.
But-
I think I can be convinced if the content that we have to grind is enjoyable, obviously. But if I have to go into like an instance, remember the thing I always remember is the Valentione quest thing where you had to
The
go in
maze.
Oh,
the
that
maze.
was great. I loved the maze.
I mean, it was fine for me because I just did it with Vero. But like, if you are alone, you can't do this without like having to like send people tells and shit. Like, I can see how people
No.
don't like that part.
It had a party finder.
I'm thinking about an
You could get
older
it.
event. I think one of the first
I
ones.
don't. No, I don't think it originally had a party finder, but I think in later ones you could just enter. You could enter it, and it would connect you with someone else.
Yeah.
A random.
Yeah. The I think another thing too that makes it like not as good. Like it's fine that they're short. Okay, you know, they're not really in depth. It's whatever, right? But you can't play the old ones,
Right.
which is it's such like
And
a
old rewards are
standard
now a monetary
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
It is strange because ones that are instant you can't do, but if they're a mini game, you can still access them via the toy box in the in rooms.
Yeah.
So it's a weird sort of restriction they have.
Like
Yeah.
I would be fine if they brought like you know, let's say they have some kind of archive or whatever. You can go do the event quest, right? For any event that's happened, maybe not this year, but like everything past that, like nothing the current year, but everything past year
Yeah.
and beyond. But you don't get the rewards. You're just doing it for the story, so that it would give them an opportunity to like let them build more of a narrative in the
Yeah.
events. 'Cause I think right now they're kind of pigeonholed where it's like, well, do people even really remember these quests? And a lot of players have not done a lot of the older events now, which is a big back catalog at this point.
Yeah.
Like, God help you if you weren't there for the first 3 years of 14. A lot of them events now are still sort of building off of that to some extent.
Yeah, the
and
foundation
it's
was laid then. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it's just like you can't get the context. You can go on YouTube and watch a video, but that's it's not as good. You shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah,
when like a fucking gacha game has like one of them has a system to go watch like old events.
Yeah,
because people like the events and stuff in general.
Yeah, that shit's not even in the unending journey. The weird thing is that we have a system already, but it's where you can replay events, but they're only for crossover events. Why is that system not available for seasonal events?
Yeah, it's strange choice.
It could easily just been like, let's say the adventure, the dude that's creeping in the All Saints Wake thing. What if you finish the quest, the current one, and he activates, and you can talk to him, and you can just select from a list which storyline you want to replay.
I will say the difference here is that when it's the crossover event, it's because it's the exact same crossover event that is something you can replay. So that code is already in the game, or however it works exactly. Yeah. Whereas if they were to do this, they would need to bring back all of them, which is not the same. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but I can understand why one you can do and when they can't. Or they aren't.
Do you think? Yeah, because I don't know how they do this when they patch. Do they patch out the old story, like the quest text for the old events?
No, it's still in your quest log. If you happen to still have the
right,
quest,
I still have. There. Yeah, I still have like an Easter repeatable event from like 2016 in my quest log that I never delivered. Yeah,
but it's not like the 14 data. Like if you go online, look at the whatever it's called, the Orza database or the website, it shows you where like items are in quest. And whatever. It's still there.
So
they're still in there.
I don't think it's that hard, Georgi. I think they're doing this because they would have to go back and remove the rewards from the final quest. Maybe is that like something they have to do because you have to buy them now, right?
They don't want to. Because
that might be why.
There's a monetary cost to it now.
Yeah,
they got to take out the rewards because that's just not going to fucking happen.
Yeah,
not without us now. But even then, it would still be fine. I prefer that.
Yeah,
by that logic, it's the same reason we've never seen the 13 event since.
Yeah. The lightning stuff is now on the store.
Yeah. Well, that's a difference for those who are saying, do you get it from replaying the MSQ quest? That's a different system. We're talking about the repeatable seasonal or crossover system, which is a different one where you still get the rewards when you repeat them. Right? No, you don't. No, that removes them. So that there's no problem. Well, they have to go back and remove them.
That's not the problem,
extra
but
work.
we don't.
Yeah.
Strange. Yeah, I've heard this before that our seasonal events are pretty lackluster compared to other MMOs.
They're very lackluster.
We make so much strange content on this in this game. This is like a fixed date every year for all these events. It would be so easy to like plan around and have like a team that works on the seasonal events constantly and just make new. I don't know why this is happening, but we are seeing a decline in quality of the seasonal events, which are already comparably to other MMOs lackluster. Yes.
They're very, very meager. But it's weird too because they're already like not super interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not being able to do the game just drives me crazy. Like, why? It's not you get this tiny little bit of story that just makes it make more sense, or they don't have to fucking tell you every single time. It's like, oh, you're new here? I'm the Harbor Herald guy. Hello, or whatever.
There's a part of me that thinks that because it sets certain flags on your character, they don't know how to. They don't want it to be like you actually did them. Like they want it to feel like the quests that you did are the canonical ones to your character, and those are the ones that will be referenced in the past. If you did not do them, they will not be referenced in the current quests. And they don't know how to not set that flag with the previous quests.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. I just don't think they have the will to do it. As in,
I think given a team, they could sort that out.
I don't disagree with you.
It's not impossible. This is not a divine scripture. I mean, they can easily go in and edit this. I mean, they did it for
this game's very strange on what it decides is precious and what isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, the flag system feels like the kind of esoteric thing that is weird for them to play with.
I don't know
to me
how their flag system works.
Think
but
about it, like there's like certain random things like the feast mounts, which you'll never see again. These were for the elite, highest quality players. But then the random Mandeville earrings, which was an exclusive reward for 1.0 players, it's like, well, you can have them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but then they never did that again because they realized.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
it's funny though. Do it
very
again.
strange.
You bring up
Give me the tattoo. Put the tattoo on the Mog Station, please.
I think we need.
I love the chaos.
I know a lot of people don't care about seasonal events, and I think that's what we're seeing reflected in the quality of the quest now. Maybe that people just want to just get the reward and
it's
be done with
because
it.
most people don't want to actually participate in playing this game. They want to do everything in one day. And
all
then
right.
just get
Thanks, Grandpa. But the Rollo mentioned like the Mithril Eye or whatever, the Harbor Herald. Even that, like, remember when we used to get like newspaper articles from like the big newspapers describing?
That's so good. That's so old.
I love when
but
you
it was
say that because that makes you feel really boomer.
Even it was A Realm Reborn.
Yeah, they were cool.
It was even in A Realm Reborn. The first 2 years. I'm old. I'm a veteran player. I remember when the events were like big.
We've moved on, Grandpa.
Yeah, and is it for the better?
No.
Do you feel fulfilled?
I mean, I agree with you, but
Youngster?
I also don't know if necessary. I don't know if those ones we rated particularly highly, the ones from the first 2 years.
I don't remember
but
how we rated them. That's not what I mean, though. There was more. There was more effort put into the event.
Well, not real.
It did feel real. I agree with that.
Real.
Yeah. I think that kind of falls along in that line of just being really into the world of 14. That not into the world, but the dev team were kind of committed in a different way. Like when they did all the 1.0, like in character talking for events, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I feel that's kind of a vestige of that.
Well, that's
just kind of
that's never
died
happen.
off.
There was
that's
a lot
just
of world building back
No.
then. Now there's more world explaining.
Well, I feel like there's hardly any of that. Like when the event is
like
launched
in the
on the
old days,
lodestone,
it was like
2 lines of text is all we get.
Yeah, but like in 1.0 and Realm War stuff, it was like the world was magical and mystical and whatever.
Yeah.
We didn't understand it, and as time's gone on, we've got to a point where it's become very like scientifically explained within universe, and it's kind of the magic's disappeared, and it's like, oh, it was all Asians, whatever, it was all ancients.
Yeah.
So why are they going to bother doing a cool new? Why they probably don't even write the Harbor Herald
Well,
anymore.
that's why the Harbor Herald, because the common man doesn't know this.
No, but the common man apparently doesn't matter. The whole event just does. Barely anyone seems to like. We don't get to go trick or treating, or watching Papa Gruff's magic show or anything.
Well, why not? Make a
I
storyline
don't
about
know.
that.
Why
or
don't
watch
we
them-
get to do anything? Why do the kids get to go around watching magic shows and we have to go around saving a
apparently the
depressed
children-
Ahriman?
Apparently, the children have to pay for things in cookies.
We've
Yeah.
got a whole emote where we can eat a cookie. Why can't we like? I don't know.
Yeah.
I do agree with you in some respect. Like, I do miss the kind of world building they used to do.
Yeah. It feels
I
like
liked the in-game universe newspapers and shit, and it felt like people in that era of the game had to like really travel around the world and like lived in the world.
Yeah.
And now everyone knows everything.
Yeah. The event feels
Well, no,
more like a
everyone
game
doesn't.
event.
We do.
It feels
We
more
know
like
too much.
it feels like a game event now, whereas I feel
Yeah,
like back
rather
then
than
it
a
was
world
like a
event.
world event. It's
I
like
agree with that.
we're getting the My Chemical Romance. Let's go, My Chemical Romance. Give me that
Yeah.
shit, pumpkin shit, and then you get it,
Yes.
and then event over. GG. Now to the haunted
maybe
house and
some-
be Brandyhild for a second.
Maybe some of the problem is that seasonal events are Eorzea specific, and we have so much of the world at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, half of the ones that are Eorzea specific aren't happening in the Eorzean specific locations. They are Eorzean specific.
I'm not
too.
okay. Let me just be clear.
Fuck.
I did not mean that we should bring back the fucking newspaper. That was just an example of the effort that was put in before. They can put it into other aspects,
Yeah.
like maybe making the quest line a little more, in depth, a little more.
Why
You make me
isn't,
a little more
like,
invested.
Let's say for
More fun stuff.
For Christmas, we've received a missive from Merlweb, and then on the Lodestone website, it's like an actual looking, like a little letter from Merlweb to us saying, adventurer, I've got you in my shite. Come
They'll
to
never
the... whatever.
They'll never involve a character like that.
No.
Well, you know what I mean. Then.
Yeah,
Someone, and it feels like it's a letter addressed to us, and it's like a little bit.
Well, why
of
wouldn't
lore.
that be in game? Why would it be on?
It can be.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe when
see.
we log in, it pops up. You know,
Yeah.
some shit like that.
Yeah. Also, just more fun things to do. I don't. Just doing a quest line isn't that involved either, is
This
it?
is the weird dichotomy between I'm sorry, but the Georgis of the world, and I mean that with all the love and respect in the world, but you just want the reward, don't you? You just want to get in, do the event, and get the reward.
It depends on what the event is.
Yeah.
There are also like the idea of some events where you'd have to do repeatable content, or like, what if it was like the Mogtome events during the seasonal event where you could do random content and get trick or treat candies and then exchange them? You know, things like that.
Yeah.
And the event would have to be 2 times longer in terms of runtime.
Yeah.
As in, like, you can't just do this for 2 weeks.
That's true.
Well, that's also true, but it's like, I don't know. I kind of miss some level of working for the rewards, but it depends on what they are, because some of them were really boring, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to do them.
Yeah.
It's tough.
There has to be
I'm
some
not a-
sort of game element to the quest.
Yeah.
I feel like just doing a quest
Yeah,
line. I
it-
feel like, ugh, okay.
It has to be something that I want to do. I know they'll never
Yeah.
do this, but if there was a reward for every time you climbed to the top of the summer event tower, I would like that.
Mm.
But I
I
know
agree with you.
that this
That's-
community could not handle that.
That would be too much. Yeah.
But there would be like that would just be like if you climb to the top, you get 10 candies, and if you do another ship quest, you get 1 candy for repeating.
Well, maybe you can get,
that's
like,
just a faster way of getting
Each
the reward.
tier gives you a certain amount of
Yeah, so you can
candies
always
or
you can
something.
always work your way up,
Yeah.
but the people who are the best get the rewards faster.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I mean, Mela. It needs to be something on the level of the summer tower for me to be invested enough to
That's
not be
fair.
annoyed about it.
Yeah, I'm yeah. But like we've just gone through an expansion where we spent most of our life yapping, so just going through a quest to get the reward is there needs to be
Yeah.
something. Combat would be ideal.
Remember-
or,
Remember?
I gave this. I
yeah.
gave this event a D, Mela. I didn't.
Oh,
I
no,
didn't like this event.
This one was
do you remember the Easter event where we did
with
the
Vicky.
chicken in it had
Oh,
like
yeah,
its
that
own
one was
little it
fun.
opened a
Oh,
new
yeah.
area in Gridania just for that. That was a fun
Yeah.
little
That was
You
good.
can still
thing.
go there. Well,
Yeah.
no, you can't go there whenever you want. But if you have
During-
a character there, they'll have stayed there, and it takes down the seasonal event stuff that's in there.
Yes.
I mean, they have done fun events. Like they remember the riddles that we had to solve in Gridania.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
which
we
event
did.
that was for. I think that was Hatching Tide.
I think it might have been. Yeah.
And sometimes we venture out into Bent Branch Meadows and meet Riggy and Troll
Yeah.
and whatever, and like
Events
fun things where we
haven't
go
all
out.
been bad recently, but there is a trend now, currently.
There is a trend.
This year, I would say, has been very
where it's
lackluster.
been, go to Minketter's amphitheater, talk to a random couple of NPCs, and get a reward.
Yeah. That's it. Now, obviously,
Ever been
yeah.
like a year of straight like ass events? Has there? But there's always been at least
I think this
one.
is.
There's been a couple of good
No,
ones,
I
but
think
this
there's
is
always
the
been at
worst.
least one.
There's been a one
Yeah.
stinky one every year. No, there's always been one good,
No,
at
well-
least one good one
Yes.
a year.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That's what we're trying to say. Yeah.
Yes. This year, though, so
I
far,
hope it's Christmas.
better hope Starlight's
Straight
good.
booty cheeks.
Or else
Straight
we're
cheeks
breaking
this year.
we're breaking a depressing record. Okay.
Is it because they did the 16 event and they put all of their good effort into that event and then it was the seasonal events, they're there every year. We can make up for it next year. 16 event is once.
I don't think they care about them enough.
Nah.
But they're feeling that they have
I feel
to
like
do
we're
them.
trying to look for excuses, but in the end, they are working on a schedule. I mean, it's not like it's a surprise
Yeah.
every time there's an event. I mean, they
I
know
think
this
you guys
long.
don't like this game. What are you talking about? How dare you? You like this game too much?
Yeah.
Now you don't like it at all?
Now we don't like it again. Now we're gonna get that.
Pick one thing, huh?
Okay. You see, Square Enix didn't pay us this week, so
Yeah.
that's
No.
why.
We're giving them a taste
That
of the
Dawn
belt.
Trail money, the Wooklamat money hasn't come in
I
yet.
will say we have talked a lot about an event essentially that was approximately 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. We
During
can
this
get blood from a
conversation, you could
stone.
have done
Yes, dude.
the event twice. Probably.
Well, I thought this was a good time to talk about the situation of seasonal events because this is something that I've noticed this year.
It's not good.
No.
Can we get a real clickbaity thumbnail and video titles at the end of 14 events, the downfall of 14 events.
God, no. No,
Are
thank
14 events bad forever?
you. No. Oh, that is very
Something
tempting,
worse
though.
than Dawn Trail?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we can make money so much easily, dude. We just
Yeah.
gotta lean into the graft a little bit.
No. Okay. We have to move on. In fact, I'm looking at the time. There are very long mogmails in our list here.
Oh, we can yap about this special site.
Yeah,
half an
I think maybe we're gonna have to skip a mogmail today. Sorry about
Hey,
that.
that's
but
fine. What
we-
do you think about seasonal events? Do you think they've become shit this
Yeah.
year? Or are you okay with them? Send us a mogmail.
Send us a mogmail.
Exactly,
Also, I'm sure
mogmail.
in the comments you'll let us know how wrong we are or how right we are about the seasonal events. Now we did mention, I did unfortunately say Wuklamat's name, so I'm sure there's going to be one of
Listen,
them
that-
in.
I mean,
Oh my god.
she's going to come up in what we're about to cover anyway.
That's
However
true.
briefly.
It's fucking true.
The next time I see a Wuklamat essay in anywhere at all that we get one, I'm gonna grade it like a fucking teacher. I'm gonna give you a grade, and I'm gonna do American grading.
Oh.
So if you get like a 70, you're fucked.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, we're gonna move on to
What?
yes, it's time to look at the
Special
special site. Crossroads. The website has been updated with 7.1 information.
Still don't really like the name.
Crossroads.
I mean, it's a reference to specifically to 11.
Yeah.
I like the little compass point there. So.
Okay, main scenario quest. Here we go.
You skipped the fucking banner. Where paths converge, fate abides.
There you
Can you
go.
kill?
So here's the MSQ bit. Through the spectacle of living memory and its threat to the star have been laid to rest. The shade of remembrance
Though the
lingers.
spectacle. Through the spectacle.
Though the spectacle of living memory and its threat to the star have been laid to rest, the shade of remembrance lingers both within and without the dome. As the Warrior of Light and their companions seek to help the people of two worlds move forward, they find that some secrets of the past must be unearthed. This fucking slideshow is so fast.
It's too much.
It is very fast, isn't it?
Jesus
old man.
Christ.
This
All
is
right.
Meaningless
non-indicative
warrior
screenshot.
of light.
We
Now
see
this is more
Child
interesting.
and
And
So-
Sveen.
They've surrounded her with fucking Nemea lilies.
They're having like a memorial for
this is like-
Spain.
That's like 2D art of her. I didn't realize that.
Oh
Yeah, it's
yeah.
cool.
It almost looks like a VTuber.
It does.
It looks
It does.
janky.
Yeah.
It does. And
So
so
this-
Matt's probably like, Sveen was really lovely. She was my favoritist friend I met here in Alexandria.
Yeah.
So
This is
I've seen people say this, but I haven't gone back to confirm this. Is this the paralyzed child that we
The one who it was in the bed.
saw briefly?
I think it was a little blonde child, wasn't it?
Have we revived him
was
from
it?
his stupor?
Okay.
I mean, not in so far.
That is. Yeah, I
It's
didn't
not the
think he was
paralyzed
blonde.
child. Okay.
but-
Okay. Yeah. No, it's not him.
I'd seen people speculate that, and I hadn't had a chance to check it myself.
He
so
had
I just
dark
wanted
hair.
to like.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's not him.
But he's got the drip, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Like everyone in Solution 9.
That's true. And
We
then
should bring that into fashion.
then we have this picture. We've seen this already. The back of Soralja.
Very nice back
Soralja.
shots.
Love
Yeah.
that back shot.
Thank God he's got the reinforced spine guard. They
Yeah.
need that.
Yeah. Kona with broken
Oh my God.
glass.
No wonder
Broken
he.
lens.
No wonder he hates the fucking Makote of the plains. Look what they did to his glasses.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, unless it was that fucking Tintin guy.
Yeah.
Zakawa.
Yeah.
He's back.
Zekua.
Yeah.
Hate him.
Billy the Kid. Yeah. There he is. And
Meaningless again.
Galulja.
Oh, he looks
our
so
favorite
pitiful.
little blueberry.
Yeah.
Every time I look at him, he's like
I love
teary eyed, like he's about to
him. I just-
cry.
oh.
I'm like, man, you're just like a pathetic little creature.
He
Are you
is,
okay?
but he's sweet. I'm gonna protect him.
Okay.
I
Well,
love
that's
the
it.
baby.
The Kona part is the most interesting because I feel like it doesn't necessarily meld with the rest of what we see here. Like, I felt like most of what we were going to cover for this patch would have been to do with Solution 9 and, like, getting them to deal with the fact that Sphene is dead and their new
Who is
ruler.
the fourth person? Who is that? Whose arm you see?
That's Graha, isn't it?
Graha, yeah.
Oh, just Grant.
Oh, I thought you were
we
making
know
like a
that-
joke. I thought it was like a bit.
Oh.
No, I was just.
We know that Graha's going to be involved in this patch. We saw a
Yeah.
screenshot of him at the last live letter.
I
Yeah.
just forgot he had the fucking arms, shoulders, and everything now.
Okay, so this is definitely going to be like we're already seeing these two pictures, the seeds of like a political patch, which is expected with the 0.1 expansion. Patch. Now.
Oh, looks like.
Echoes of
stupid, doesn't it,
Vanadil, Juno the First Walk, and we have Prish here with big arms.
Is that what they look like in 11?
No.
Why does she look
Why
like
does
that?
She is a monk white mage in 11. So she does use pow. You know, that's her weapon of choice. Why they are.
Is there a reason she looks so comical, Lucia? Was like 11 more of a comical game?
Yeah, was this game even
No.
real?
Well, she is a fucking shit of a person. Like she is a very.
Oh, is
she's
she?
like a.
You can tell actually.
She like
yeah, it's the hair.
swears, and she's like a
Oh
a
my
real
God.
obnoxious person in 11.
Oh,
But she
Do you
gets
not
better at
find
the end,
it's,
if I remember correctly. But yeah.
rather
She's
a little bit strange, a little bit spooky to
It
see
is-
that man in the background.
Yeah.
Gulu Jaja.
Yeah, it's cool.
Why is
Jaja.
he there? He's. I don't want to spoil. Where he is in the story right now, but he shouldn't be
But
there.
the text
surely.
here says, a pall of unease has settled over Yaktel, and memories of a world not our own now find themselves buried in the woods. The Warrior of Light has set off to investigate. Investigate. But what secrets will they unearth beneath those shaded boughs?
I will say Yaktel is not where I was expecting this event to take place.
No,
Absolutely not. No, but I.
with the blue bananas.
Yeah, why not?
What time period will this like? In what section of Gulul Jaja's life is this from? Because Ketenram has been around here for a good amount of time, alongside many of the other sort of companions of Gulul Jaja. None of them mentioned this. None of them made any. That seemed not aware of like. If this is a different shard somehow converging in Yaktel, they would have mentioned it.
Yeah.
So it must have been pre. Everyone.
It could be the Echo. It could be some sort of flashback that is letting us see the past, or that Galul Jar Jar in the background is the fake one that was made by. Ooh.
Whoa!
I'm up here as
Oh,
well
Roller's
now.
been kicked. Roller's been kicked.
Roll's been kicked?
Yeah.
He's disappeared.
Okay, you don't. Jesus, you made me think he was actually like ejected from the server.
Yeah. Anyway, so maybe that Galul Jar Jar is the one that was made from the fake sort of like pot that we fight during the MSQ. It might not be the real
that's
Galul Jar Jar.
Oh,
It could
true.
be an Ash Jar Jar.
An Ash Jar Jar. Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. Anyway, I'm back.
Oh well, you're sort
I'd
of
like
back.
more. I know it's completely irrelevant, but I wouldn't mind a little bit more information on that Mamuljar lore, how they can create simulacrums that are equally powerful.
Yeah.
Out of like
You know what?
Ash.
I'm going to tell you what it is right now, and you're not going to like it.
Huh?
It's just
What is it?
creation magic from the.
That's true, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is just
It-
And it's just in a
ancients.
different way.
Yeah.
The Mamuljar are the closest to the ancients.
For some reason, Rollo's camera's just not coming back.
Yeah.
He'll be here.
It'll
He'll
be fine.
here.
He'll be back. He'll be
Yeah.
back in a second.
I'm cubes for now.
Yeah.
What can you tell us, Lucian, about
Not
Prish?
much. I don't.
Which we don't know is Prish, do we?
We don't know. Well, Prish has had.
We don't know that.
You know what?
Yoshi P has never said that this is Prish.
Well,
But it just
it is
Prish. We just it's inferred, but
Prish is complicated. I don't want to get into this. My 11 lore is so spotty now that I don't want to.
Oh, okay. You don't want the comments to get you.
I don't want the comments to come and get me now.
Call you out.
Just
make fun of you.
Look, go Google it.
I hope that they're not
Google
called
Prish. What?
I hope that it's a different character, and it looks like Prish just to annoy 11 fans.
Well, that is not impossible for. Well, it is. Google it. Google it. I'm not going. You might be right. But remember, this is called Echoes of Vana'diel. I mean, nothing here could be. This might not be the Prish that you encounter in 11.
A world not our own.
Yeah.
But memories of a world not our own. That's.
Yeah, it doesn't suggest that it's actually fusing together.
No.
But it feels more shard than like old AOZ.
It can be interpreted in many ways, I think.
It might not be shard, it could be dimensional. Because we know that multiple dimensions exist. That's what the interdimensional rift is.
That's also in lore and part of the world in 11. That's why they use Atomos.
The interdimensional rift is technically part of every
Final Fantasy lore. But in Parallel Worlds is literally part of 11's story. It's like you can travel to Abyssia.
Was that through the same? How did Iroha get? Is that the same?
Yeah, how did she get here? No, that was part of. That was part of Rhapsodies of Vana'diel, wasn't it? That quest line. But
she just appeared.
She just woke up. Yeah, I think.
Doesn't she disappear at the end of her storyline in 11, and then the next place she appeared was 14?
I think that's what happened. Yeah, I think that. I don't remember if. Yes, I'll say yes for now. Comments will correct us for sure. But parallel dimension is a true thing in 11, which would make it line up with 14 as well. If Vana'diel is like a parallel universe version of 14 Eorzea, that would fit. That would fit.
Excuse me, this is not a parallel dimension of Eorzea. This is clearly Tural.
Right. Okay. Sure. True.
Yeah,
of Hydaelyn, I should
say. We call it Aetheris now.
Which would
we're the only people that call it Aetheris.
Yeah, that's true. I've given up calling it Aetheris. I'll just refer to it as Hydaelyn.
I prefer Hydaelyn.
Yeah.
I'll never not prefer Hydaelyn, and I'm glad that they didn't make all the people in the world change.
Well, that wouldn't make any sense, would it?
It'd be weird.
No,
what do you go to someone else's country and be like, actually, we don't call that anymore. Fuck your language.
Also,
it's not that.
Also, I'm pretty sure it's only really Eorzeans that call it Hydaelyn. I don't know if many other regions call it. I don't know if you even know what other regions call our star.
The Domans might, but because they were too early on. I can't remember.
I don't remember when people.
Before they
it's
tried
so
to,
rare for people to just
up.
mention the planet, you know?
No one says Thor's balls anymore.
When was the last time we interacted extensively with someone from Uldar?
Yeah.
Bring that back.
What? We literally fought Thal's balls in the.
Yeah, but no one's saying it anymore, you know?
Okay.
We spent the whole.
Bring back Thal's balls.
We spent the whole expansion on another continent.
Yeah. They don't worship the 12 in Tural, as far as we know. So that's
down straight heathens.
Yeah.
And none of our compatriots that we brought from the old world just speaks like that.
Yeah,
that's true.
So I don't know.
A bunch of atheists.
I don't know what else to say about this. It'll be interesting to see. I'm excited.
I was hoping you would explain more about this character, but apparently it's too complicated.
Just Google it. There's a lot of story. She is essentially like she's a child that has magical powers.
Oh,
is she? In terms of age, is she Alphino and Alizé coded?
You know, I don't know how old Prish. Well, Prish doesn't age, like in canon.
Oh, I see.
1,000-year-old anime dragon.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. But she visually does not age.
So she's what are they called? Fucking Kane Senna coded.
Yeah. Yes. Kind of.
Agile coded.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways. Oh yeah, that's also why people like called her like the abhorrent child or something, like because she didn't like age and stuff. And also monsters did not like fear her. Like she was like
that's probably
something
due to
was
the
off.
baptism.
And she thought
The Eye of Altana. Yeah.
Yeah, she thought she was going to be like the apocalypse bringer, I think, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
Yeah,
like
the
someone who would
detestable
see
child of the
the kill
apartment.
pulling out like from his old decrepit brain, and it's all going to be like wrong. I think she thought she was going to be the one who was going to summon Promathia, and Promathia is essentially
Yes.
Zodiark, who would come to destroy Vanadil. That's all I remember of Prisha's
But it was all
storyline.
Cardinal Mildorion's fault, right?
Yeah. Turns out she was not, though. I think so there you go. I'm just trying to buy. Rollo, what is happening to your camera?
I don't know, man. I'm cubes.
Your cubes. Rollo's cubes today. Off-center
tried
cubes,
changing-
too. It shows the crop that we use on your camera. It's slightly off-center. Love that.
What if I tried changing my camera source for a second? You know what? Change it to Game Capture HD 60 Pro.
Okay, let's see what happens. Obviously, we have to also. Oh yeah, there no signal. No
Okay.
signal.
Oh.
Okay, well, that worked. So let me.
Something else is probably using your camera, I'm assuming, or
I'm being spied on. Oh my god.
the government's checking in on you right now.
There.
They should.
Okay. Anyways, Ueyawata Field Station. Some pictures. But first, I'll read the blurb. Oh god, I wish this didn't like autoplay. I'll just keep clicking this picture so it doesn't move on. Some time passed in the northern region of what is now Heritage Found. A peaceful Tonawatan village was beset by Tural Vidral. Zoralja himself led the Landsguard against the beast's boundless fury. Yet, although the first promise returned from the mission, few know the fate of the village and its people.
Oh.
What does that mean?
I don't know. We've seen these two pictures, and then we get a boss picture using like the
Marge
Hojo
Simpson.
model. His name's not Hojo in the game, but
Hojo model? This doesn't use Hojo. This uses
You know,
yeah,
the second
a
boss of-
scientist.
Yeah, Zavuvius and Von Vuvius, but
yeah.
he's Hojo coded.
He's Hojo coded
Is-
because
Is it using his model? I thought it used the second boss of Dunskaith's model.
Oh, forgot.
oh, do
Yeah.
they not both use the same
Oh,
model? Is he
yeah.
also not floating on an orb in that fight? It's been a long time since
No,
I played
he's in a
Hojo.
little chair.
No, he's in a chair, a full
Aureus?
chair. Yeah, not just a little chair.
Oh, wow, it's been a while, huh?
It's
Okay,
close though.
so it's him. It's
Yes,
Forgol.
Stormblood
Okay.
was a very long time ago. It's
Yeah.
He's got the boxing gloves. He's got the Marge Simpson hair. I don't know
Yeah,
what this
the
boss is.
Marge
You know what?
Simpson hair.
I do love his design. I know it's so whimsical.
Yeah.
I
He's-
little boxing
He's
gloves.
like a
and
chef.
Yeah.
He's got like a chef's coat on.
Yes.
I hope he has a funny voice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His head is kind of Mojo Jojo coded.
Yeah, it is.
Or what's that dude? The bad guy from Ratchet and Clank, Dr. Nefarious?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I see that. Yeah. Okay, and then what everyone's been talking about is the
That's the
gear.
gear.
Um,
Finally.
I
You can
think
have
the
the
gear looks
postman's hat.
really nice.
yes.
It does look nice. Do people not like it?
Yeah, some
people-
people say that it's boring or not exciting.
It's very
I
exciting.
like this
it.
style. It's like
I
Neo's
was
Guardian
surprised.
on crack.
Yeah, that's what. See, I saw it and I'm like, oh, it's a recolored Neo-ish Guardian set. That's cool. And then
Yeah.
I didn't pay much attention to it. And then I saw people talking about it. Someone was like, why are you guys? Why is it that big of a thing? It's just a recolored set. And then I was like, oh, that's
Did we
not
not?
Neo-ish Guard.
Did we not like the Neo-ish Guardian gear all
The
of a
Neo-ish
sudden?
Guardian was
that
one
was
of the
like one of the
best
most
sets in the
popular
game.
gear sets in the game.
Yeah.
I think people are upset that the tank set, supposedly the tank set in the middle, the Mikote, is not plate armor. And for the first time, you're getting kind of like almost like a skirt, and at least for
I
the,
thought that's what we wanted is people to not.
Yeah,
I know.
I
the
have seen
same
tanks be
design
like,
every time.
please let us have
No.
this.
The thing people are kind of upset about is that tanks got it. and not the
We
other
just-
the
Oh my
classes
God.
or jobs.
Oh, what's
so-
wrong with tanks getting something?
Are people sure that the middle one is the tank one?
I'm pretty
Is
sure
that
it is.
confirmed?
I mean, it
Your
seems...
two on the back right are the caster and healer for sure, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it looks
Maybe
like
the back left as well.
Back right
actually.
is clearly healer because
Yeah.
it's white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then either back like the Rothgar or the Ellison caster and
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This confirms it. By the way,
something else.
This picture, you can see the tank there on the right, wearing the.
Oh, so the one with the blue.
Oh
cape
yeah. Okay, so
is,
it wasn't. It's the one next to it. Okay.
The
Yeah.
blue cape one is ranged. The green one is cast.
Yeah. The green one is caster.
The green cape is cast.
No,
because
No,
the green-
that's a dragoon,
Oh.
isn't it?
Yeah, so that's scouting.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's not Dragoon either. That's Viper.
Oh, it's Viper.
Oh,
Sorry.
Christ,
yeah, yeah,
Viper.
yeah.
God,
Yeah,
there's-
Oh, so wait, no, go back.
the-
That means the red. So the red one is the healer.
the red is healer. Oh yeah, there's a sage.
Oh yeah, that is
So
a
the-
sage. Yeah.
God, it's all very
Oh.
confusing. So that
Yeah.
means the little blue one on the Lala must be the caster.
That's the
Caster.
caster there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a mix-up, which I
Yeah,
don't
this is
understand
good.
why. I
This
think
is
it's a
what we
good
wanted.
thing. I really like the tank set actually. It looks like you just get pants as a guy, but even then, it's still nice.
The fact that we
I do
couldn't
think it is
immediately
weird
perfectly identify it is good, probably.
Yeah, I don't mind that, but it does put holes in Yoshi P's theory of you don't want.
It was always bullshit.
Yeah.
No, he's
It was-
just
No,
saying
I know,
shit.
I know it's
Yeah.
always bullshit, but like now they're actively going out of the way to prove that it's bullshit in game.
Which
Um,
means soon
Yeah.
we'll be able to get like, they'll be able to unlock some of the
No, you are
set.
cope, maximum cope right now.
That's not going to
I mean,
happen. I think.
And this is just a me thing. I think it's weird that the woman tank has such exposed
Yeah.
like legs.
No, if you're gonna tank as a woman, you gotta show off the
You
creamy
gotta
thighs.
show how nice your legs are.
The
That is the
creamy
only way-
thighs.
Sorry, that's a real
Horrible
pervert
thing
way
to
to say. that was straight gooner time. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
man. But you
Jesus.
know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I kind of thought we were done with this, but why not?
But that's the thing. Tanks don't get it often as like
we
a
normally
specific
in
tank set.
tin
You know?
cans.
But why? Yeah. No. Now
Yeah, I
that
know,
I
but
think.
they didn't go. Why'd they go straight from tin can to fucking booty shorts?
Yeah,
it's such a massive jump.
Why?
We've been in the
only
two
tanks?
can
Let
for
us have
too
it.
long.
Yeah, let us have it.
You know what? I didn't even think about this. Like, I didn't, because she doesn't have, she doesn't have exposed thighs. It's only this set
No,
that
it's
gets it
only
for
the
the.
tank set,
Yeah.
which is weird.
You will tank in booty shorts, and you will like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It gives us some options.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's another weird decision, but I do like the visuals of the gear though. This one
It's
looks
very
cool.
nice.
Yeah,
I like the
really,
postman
I do like
hats.
the
Yeah.
ones with the little bows,
Y-
crops,
yeah.
or whatever they're called.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
really
yeah.
Nice.
And the hats.
Not a fan of the hat.
Are-
It's very.
I like the hat, but I only like it because it's like a sort of postman.
Yeah,
funny little-
postman slash conductor of the hat.
Yeah, it's
The
nice.
amusing thing about it is you can't see the eyes of anyone wearing the hat.
Yeah, true. True.
They're blinders for the person, so you can attack better, like a horse. I don't know.
Also, like the tank and this gear has a hairpin instead
I
of a
don't
hat,
like
which,
them.
That's a
I
pretty
just-
common thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's so many of these in the game.
Yeah.
It swaps
just
between
thought-
jobs. Whoever gets the pin.
So the purple one is maiming, isn't it?
Purple one is
I would
that is
assume
Which purple
scouting.
one?
Scouting.
It's
Okay.
scouting.
I think that's what it
The
was. If you
ninja?
go back to the last screenshot.
Well,
with the-
no, it's because
Oh, that's the green one. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah.
yeah, the green one is scouting. So I think because it's normally the tank and the
That's maiming.
maiming
then, I'm
ones
sure.
that
Yeah.
normally tank and maiming share,
Yeah.
and like this is a male, so no wonder he's wearing pants. But also, I guess the maiming
The
one has
boots are
higher
long.
boots as well.
Oh,
Must be
yeah.
a
We'll
unique
see
set.
how the.
Oh my God,
how it
if-
looks on ladies.
If even like, have they made like a super gendered outfit? If the male version of this is the same as that would be crazy. Like just with the
boots
same
is
colors.
Unlikely.
It's not.
I don't know. I
he's wearing
think I
pants
see what
in the
they've
other
done.
one,
Yeah.
You see on the purple
You,
guy.
you see it here. This is a
no,
this
no,
is a
no,
male.
No. His,
I mean, this is the gear being worn by a male character.
yeah. So
Yeah.
on the purple guy,
Purple guy.
he
Now.
has the same shoes.
Shut up.
But what they're doing is on the trousers, it has the like extra boots. I think.
Oh yeah.
The boots are only this
I
little
see.
brown bits
Yeah,
at the
you see this.
bottom.
You see a little. Is this what you mean? Like.
No, even.
Oh yeah, these are the boots, and
yeah,
you see the belts,
Oh,
little
yeah.
belts.
Yeah. And then the
Oh,
legs
yeah.
are those extra bits. Yeah.
I don't like that, if that's true.
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
fine with it. It's something different, and it doesn't look that bad, and it is essentially the same between genders and bodies, because like, save for the creamy thighs, save for that.
Yeah.
But
That's the
aside from
last
that,
time
like-
you were saying that. You're.
You're not allowed to say that again.
That's not happening again.
but I do like it's still they're essentially wearing a fucking corset with a little ruffled shirt.
Yeah.
On both of them, so that's cool. I like it.
Okay. Moving on. Minstrel's Ballads,
Oh,
Fiend's
we
Bird.
didn't have anything to say about you at the field station. We talked all about the gear.
I mean, there's not. We've
I
talked
mean,
about the
but-
boss. We've seen
he's
these
got-
two before.
We
I mean,
don't
what
know
else
enough
is there to
about
say?
Yeah.
I was
It
just
could
going to say,
still
if
be
we-
the
based on what we
origin.
Yeah.
based on what we knew about the patch, if there was anything more that you had to add to it. But okay, that's fine.
But actually, based on the text, though, it feels not like the Galul Jar.
we are
unless
running out of
Zoral
time.
Jar,
Yeah.
did a horrible action.
By the by, I
You
don't
mean
like the
Zoralja?
screenshot.
Oh
Yeah,
no, you mean
Zoralja.
General Jar. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I feel like I'm seeing T-Taz from the top.
Oh yeah.
You're not allowed to talk.
You need to calm down.
Well, I'm just calling how I see them.
You sure are. You sure
I
are.
know.
No, I don't. I don't see it. Paulo.
There's two big testicles right there.
With harp cradled in his arms, the wandering minstrel sings a sorrowful song of a recreated queen. Helpless to defy the purpose she was given, the simulacrum sought to preserve the memories of her subjects by taking the lives of innocents in other reflections. Though she met her end by your hands, had she been further along her ill-fated path by the time of your confrontation, might she have proven unstoppable and gone on to wreak untold death and devastation? Such questions play on your mind as the minstrel's verse bears you away to a world of the imagination, where you once again come face to face with the dread entity known as Queen Eternal.
Why'd this get twice as much text as everything else?
Because it's
That
epic.
is interesting. Why? Yeah.
This is like none of that text mattered. We know this is just the fucking minstrel's ballad, but fine.
Yeah.
Listen, the flavor text for the Harbo Herald for the events went.
That's
to
true.
these.
Yeah, it's been moved to this.
Yeah.
Is
This
there
is
anything
probably gonna be
here
a
that they
good
haven't
stream, but-
announced?
Uh,
I think the one thing here that's confirmed that we didn't know about before was the new PvP gear. I think
Oh, yeah.
everything
That's
else
true.
they'd shown us.
is that
It's for the series,
with
I'm
trophy
sure.
crystals? I hope.
It's probably going to be trophy crystals. That since 6.1, it has happened every odd patch.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
Interesting.
need something to spend them on because unless you
I
like
agree.
all of the fucking like cash gear they just did,
I mean, that's
You've
what
got
I've been buying,
nothing.
Mela.
I've
Yeah.
been buying dog collars.
Wolf colors.
Wolf collars
Yeah.
just to
Dog
exchange for weapons at some point in the future.
Yeah. Well, there you
They
go.
give you too many crystals. They need. Yeah, I hope the PvP.
That is so true. My cup runneth over with
Yeah.
trophy crystals, and it's so annoying because you're like, oh yes, finally, I'm gonna get that minion now, and then you hit the fucking crystal cap, and
Yeah.
you can't progress to pick up the fucking minion,
I've
and you have
not
to go
picked
to
up
the.
Squeak
You,
because I'm like level 23, but I've still not picked Squeak because I'm full of crystals.
yeah, it's very annoying.
The issue is they give you, if you don't like the glamour, there's nothing to buy
Nothing.
because
Right.
they haven't really added anything other than gear since the start.
Right.
But what you could do, Square Enix, is put in materia, ventures, maybe even some materials or, cordials, something.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say they could add old rewards.
Well, they promised that they would add in old series rewards. They said you will not miss out.
Yeah.
You will be able to get them in the future. They
You still
lied.
can't get that
You know what?
They
first set of
lied through
gear.
their teeth.
You know, Square Enix, I've got a tip for you, and Mailer might like this, but it'll probably annoy him. Why don't you make it so that for 20,000 trophy crystals, you can get a trophy crystal token, and you need 100 trophy crystal tokens to get an old mount?
Oh, I love that. If it's the feast mount, I'll grind.
Okay. Yeah, that's Yoshi P. I know you're watching.
Yoshi
Take
P,
notes.
please.
Come on. We'll take
I
the next
suggested
check.
that because to me, that sounds horrible. But I kind of thought that may look like it.
Well,
No.
there's no. If they add any way of getting the old feast mount, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I just. It's so sad that they're exclusive because they were quite nice.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
There's no reason to not add them in.
We have to wrap. Thanks for watching, everyone. That's the end of the show. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXIV. At some point, it's probably time for us to not move on, right? Isn't Blue Sky where everyone's going now? There's been so many waves to Blue Sky now. Soon, chat. Soon.
Are we
will...
moving to that?
No,
We're opening up for
can't move
blog.
yet because there are so many services that are still using Twitter. Like the comment section pointed
really
out
like,
on last week's episode. For 14,
Lodestone competitions.
yeah, all the sweepstakes are on X. But we are on Blue Sky, by the way. SpeakersXIV, you'll find us there as well. And it's become much more like Twitter now, except it's less horrible. So you go
Slightly
there.
less Nazis.
Yes, a lot less. I would say almost zero. So that's very pleasant. Yeah, we're there. So do that. Where was I? SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersXIV, youtube.com/SpeakersXIV, ! Discord in chat if you want to join our Discord server. And if you're watching on demand, what? Links in the description. There we go. I got there. All right. Well, if you're watching live, the poster is coming up. We'll see you there. Maybe we'll talk more about Blue Sky. Bye.
We got the live letter coverage before the podcast next week.
True. That's on Friday?
Friday
See you there.
morning for you guys.
All right. See you there. Bye.
Bye.